Gareth, on our previous videos, we talked about the importance of engaging the customer and asking questions and all that kind of stuff. And we'll come back to that at a later stage as well. But I want to look at the notion of curiosity with you, because my experience is that, whilst people do ask questions, very often those questions stay at a relatively superficial level. And we don't really get in deep and understand what's behind the message that we hear from our customers. Tell me, what do you think about that and what your experience is?
Yeah, and I think there's two stages. First of all, there's something about the art of asking questions, and I know we're going to talk about that at another time. There's also something around, whatever answer you get, almost like don't take yes for an answer. What do I mean by that is we tend to live in a world of ambiguity, and you get an answer back and you leave it there without actually going deeper. And I think there's something there about recognizing that the smart people ask great questions, but the really smart people ask those deceptively simple questions. So they go down another level. So, what do I mean by that is, if I said to you, Alex, what you're looking for, you might say, well, I'm looking for a really great deal. And I might leave it at that. Well, I've got no clue whatsoever about what a great deal looks like to you. I've got an idea about what it looks like to me. And if you think about that, it's about taking it to a deeper level to really understand what's going on and what do they actually mean by those things. And they're the simple questions.
And that makes perfect sense, Gareth, and very few people would disagree with you on that. But given that we so often see people not go to that next level, what do you think stops people being more curious?
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple of things here. I think, first of all, there's almost a fear sometimes. And sometimes people might think they're being a bit too nosy. And, part about this is, look, if you invest time in understanding your customer, you're more likely to get something that's really value added. And therefore, you can adjust your proposition accordingly. And if you leave it just up there, think about asking the deeper question as a productivity measure. The more you know faster, the more likely you are to get a proposition fit for purpose. So I think there's almost like a fear of going deeper because, I can't ask that. And, I might be investing too much time, or I feel my customers should know already. Well, with the best will in the world, I can't possibly know about what's going on in your world unless I engage you with a conversation. And it's the same for customers.
Okay, so the obvious next question, and to be even more curious about curiosity myself, is all very well knowing what stops us. So what's the unlocker? How do we make sure that we are routinely being really curious?
Well, I think there's some simple questions you can always ask yourself, which is, if you're getting some responses back from a customer, well, what's driving that? Why do they say that? And what are some of the consequences? There's just some simple questions that, just in practice and once again, there's that word practice. You can just drive that conversation to a deeper level. And I suppose the other way of looking at it around is, if you're not asking those questions, what does it tell that about? What does it tell them about your, about your level of curiosity? Because there's something there about if you're not asking them, well, perhaps you don't care. So I just want to reframe it and say, well, if you're reluctant to go that extra level, what does that say about your relationship with your customers? So frankly, I think asking those deeper questions to get a really good understanding shows you're investing that time in the relationship and shows you care.
Yeah, okay, it's great to hear you say that, Gareth, and a fascinating subject of how to engage much more deeply with the people with whom you're speaking. Thank you.